So does this mean that if a power generator wants to set up new capacity in a state, he sees that a particular case has gone in say A direction, been judged by the regulator in say A direction, does he feel that this could there could be another case which would go in say direction B, and therefore he has no clarity? Is that what you're trying to say here?
Yes.
Okay, so this means that the framework is not there.
Framework is not there. The clear notifications have not been issued. For instance, I would say, if you see the Andhra Pradesh is concerned, under Section 61 of the Electricity Act, the State Regulatory Commission is expected to make regulations with regard to fixation of tariff guidelines,
Right.
and the parameters which would go into the fixation of the tariff guidelines.
Right.
In which case, once these regulations are notified, an entrepreneur or a person who would like to enter into this industry, they would be clear whether they would like to enter or not.
Right.
After all, a businessman has a choice of entering or not entering into a particular sector.
Right.
A businessman looks at not only the electricity sector, whichever the one which gives him optimum returns at a given particular point of time.
Can the CERC take up a leadership role in this case through the forum of regulators or whatever, and evolve a certain code of regulations or a broad set of principles that the CERCs can then customize?
No, it's more than the CERC. In fact, the CERC would be overburdened. Just like a state regulatory commission, central regulatory commissions also have a definite roles. And neither the state regulatory commission is not subject to the central regulatory commission's authority. So then that aspect would be doubtful whether the CERC can take a lead and notify by itself, and in the process where that aspect of matter is reserved for the state regulatory commissions. In fact, I would go to this extent and say either the state regulatory commission or central regulatory commissions, first thing they need to do is a regulatory framework being notified as required under the Act. I am glad that CERC as of now is very proactive, and they have been coming out with a series of regulations and rules governing the field. In fact, that should be taken as a cue by the state regulators, and the state regulators should quickly implement in every state. After all, kindly see in Act was passed in 2003. We are in end of the 2009. Even as on today, the stakeholders are not clear what are the rules and regulations within which they are expected to play.
Right.
And each of the state is framing their own regulations, and there is a confusion. Instead of that, probably a unified court or a unified regulatory mechanism can be notified by the central government itself.
By the central government. Okay.
By the central government. Implementation aspect can be left it to the individual states.
So what is the Bhushan Steel case? And like you said in your presentation, Bhushan Steel case has been buried. Right? There is no points left to debate, and it has all been settled. So can you briefly take us through that?
Yes. I am glad that you asked about the Bhushan Steel's case. In fact, when I read through the MERC's order, this Maharashtra State Electricity Regulatory Commission's order, and the High Court order, latter confirmed by the Supreme Court, I felt sad. For the simple reason, MERC had objectively considered various aspects of the case, and in the end, what it said is that Bhushan Steel's case satisfies the captive norm, captive generation and captive consumption norm as notified by the government, and their supply through an independent transmission line of their own. I emphasize here of their own. It can be treated as something like a captive consumption, and they do not require any license under the Act for the purpose of supplying to the other company within their by using the transmission lines of dedicated transmission lines of their own. This is based on interpretations of the provisions, and they have taken the cognizance of the fact under 2003 Act there is no license required for generation and also for sale. Here what has happened is a sale of electricity from one entity to the other entity. It is not a distribution within the meaning of the distribution under section 12 or under section 14. It is not transmission within the meaning of section 12 or 14 or with any of the definitions, because the word transmission has been used in a very restricted sense of transmitting energy from point to point of a particular voltage, and that too it is in a high voltage. So supposing, because I could not discern from the orders that the Bhushan Steel supply to the VLC was within the 11 kV or 33 kV, but I assume that it must be around 11 kV, in which case there is no prohibition in the Act from the Bhushan Steels to supplying to the other company, and it does not fall within the meaning of the transmission for them to obtain a transmission license, because they are not in the business of transmission.
Okay, yeah.
Like
It's captive consumption.
whether it is a captive consumption or not. Important thing is the license is required only when I am engaging into the business of transmission.
Business of transmission.
Yes. I will give a very simple example of a company owning a lorry, a transport vehicle. For the goods manufactured by them, they use their own transport instead of the transport companies which are otherwise available.
Right.
They use the highway which is put up by the state or private parties. If there is a toll to be paid on the highway, they will pay. If there is no toll to be paid on the highway, they don't pay. But that doesn't mean that they are engaged in the business of the transport.
Right.
They are definitely transporting the power or the goods from factory to the delivery point of their customer. But what they are doing is they are not doing the business of transmission. For them to, for you to or for me to say that they are require license under section 14 of the Electricity Act 2003. Likewise, their sale not being prohibited and sale being permitted, and for selling your energy, there being no requirement of taking license either under section 12 or 14. According to me, the judgment of the MERC was right, and the High Court made a fatal mistake in relying on the judgment of the AP Gas Power Corporation, wherein section 12 of the 14 of the AP Reform Act, where for sale of electricity a license is required. They relied on that judgment, and they assumed that the Electricity Act of 2003, section 12 and 14 are in pari materia with the provisions of the AP Reform Act.
Right.
Because of that mistake they have made, and they relied blindly on the judgment of the Supreme Court, because High Court being a subordinate or High Court being bound by the judgment of the Supreme Court, in the larger way they have just looked into, rather than in a micro level, whether it is applicable or not. In that view of the matter, High Court has taken a view. But fortunately, as on today, in 2007, Electricity Act has been amended, wherein the concept of, by way of a provision to section 9 and also to other provisions of the Act, a captive generator, if he sells even to the somebody else after utilization, he is not considered, it's still considered to be captive, and a positive statement has been made that they can sell, and their sale of that energy is not considered to be, and there is no license is required for that purpose. So with the result today, whatever may be the Bhushan Steel's case and also the ratio of the judgment, as on today, one can say that the Bhushan Steel's case has been given a decent burial by the legislature itself.